Hello, welcome to the Roll Skull Podcast. So, this week I cope and seethe in front of Zachary because he has been right about every single thing. I hate Vegapunk. I hate this arc. Vegapunk might just be the worst character in this entire manga. Oh my god. Imagine waiting 10 years. 10 years after Enies Lobby, you're waiting, you're hoping that once Vegapunk is revealed, you will get all of this Delphi lore and everything will be right with the world because questions will be answered and questions will not continue to be added to the pile. Egghead, as a whole, does the opposite. Yeah, Kuma's great. We're not talking about that. Oh my god! Hello, Zach. I'm done.
You doubted me?
I did.
You ever doubted me? I've been reading this nonsense for way too long. I'm in Oda's head at this point.
My optimism made me a fool. Oh.
I'm gonna be honest.
I can't.
If we added two lines of dialogue to this,
Yeah.
Vegapunk's plan is perfect.
I don't even get it. It doesn't make sense.
So, let me go ahead and pull up the chapter real quick because I have failed to do so because I am so flabbergasted. I am so unbelievably confused as to why anything happened.
You make a person who's the embodiment of greed, and then is surprised when they're greedy. What is happening? Oda!
Lilith didn't do nothing wrong.
And also
the literal embodiment of evil. Also, that's crazy. Like, if Oda decided to make this entire arc a big murder mystery, it would have been way better than what we got.
Yeah.
But we need it to be loud and bombastic and big. The Gorosei have to show up and they have to do battle with Luffy. Why?
And I'm trying to be the voice of reason, but I'm too upset.
I mean, after Wano, did we need another island-spanning crazy battle?
Like,
we needed a long-ring Longland for this arc.
And this is what this arc is trying to be. They go too hard. Because
no, this arc is trying to be Wano again. It's trying to be Enies Lobby. It's trying to be like a big, epic, bombastic anime thing.
Let me approach it like this. What happens at the end of Long Ring Longland?
They go through a goldfish.
No. Uzan shows up. So, and this is the first time we ever see an admiral in the series do a thing.
Yeah.
So, what Oda, I think, is trying to do, I think he went too much, but this is what he's trying to do. He's introducing new threats for later. In the terms of the Seraphim, in the terms of the Gorosei, that's what he's doing. Do we need a whole fight? No.
Did we need all 5 of them?
No, because Saturn...
Could you imagine if this was just Saturn's arc and he had all the presence of all 5 Gorosei at once?
That's what it should have been, because
he would have been immaculate.
It's his arc anyway, because he's in the flashback. The other ones are just, his power brings them there. And once his power is dispelled, they go back home. So it's like, why not just have him?
Because who's Zoro gonna have big sword clash against?
Why even? And you bring out Lucci to tell me he's bad. Like,
I mean, Lucci should not be a credible threat to this crew in a post-Kaido world. Lucci showing up and holding his own for a little bit makes him look good enough. Because he's not meant to be a big fighting man. He is an international super spy.
The fact
he is a violent one.
Yeah.
But he is like, Lucci should not have the same presence that he did 10 years ago on Eni's lobby.
The fact that Kaku can clash with Zoro and not melt is flabbergasting.
I mean, if we want to show off Awakening, this is probably one of the better ways to do it.
This is the first time where I'm actually tired of Devil Fruit lore.
Yeah. Well, it's not even I'm tired of Devil Fruit lore. It just feels like we're getting the wrong stuff.
Yeah, all the time. Like, what is Awakening for Zoans? You didn't even say it. You didn't even...
We're not getting the lore. We're just getting power scalar fuel. If we would have got, like, something... I'm not asking for it to be like Bankai lore, where it's like, you can go into your Devil Room world and have a talk with Nika himself. It's like, I don't want that. But maybe some sort of explanation about, like, we started this arc with, what do you call it, how Mihawk has sword skill? Like, baby Mihawk, not regular Mihawk.
Lineage Factor.
Lineage Factor. We started this arc with Lineage Factor, and then we go into a Zoan Awakening.
Which...
That feels like a natural progression of how we can explain something. And then ending it with Joy Boy's friend should be like the zenith of an explanation about what a Zoan is. Right?
Yeah.
Because everyone seems to recognize the Nika fruit. Everyone seems to recognize Luffy.
And now...
Could we do something about... Nah.
Oh.
Nah. Does Vegapunk know anything? Yeah. Cool, is he gonna tell us? No.
And it's made even worse when the Gorosei arrived, because now you're saying that there is multiple variants of Awakening. What are you talking about? Like, no. So seriously, because okay, folks, we're not really even talking about the chapter now because we're mad. But like,
I mean, this is the chapter. This is the final chapter of Egghead.
Yeah.
We have Usopp standing, pointing to the screen, saying, "We are going to Elbaf next."
Which we probably won't go to Elbaf until like 11:29 because there's too much to clean up.
There's a lot to clean up, but that's fine.
Oh my god.
I'm just glad to know that we are going.
Yeah, that's fair. And I can't wait to see Kid's corpse on the beach. But but here's the problem. Okay, when the Gorosei arrive, you have Saturn. He's in a hybrid state. He's in a beast state. The thing is there. The rope thing behind his back is there. The Haragama, right? Okay, so now you're saying that they can shift and remain awakened. Lucy can't do that, though. Kaku can't do that. Yamato did that, so is Yamato awakened? What are you talking about? Why can't Luffy do it? It's because he's a human that ate a human fruit? There are too many questions.
Well, Yamato had the Haragomo, but Yamato's was also white, so it might just be the fact that she is a deity fruit.
Oh my!
Like Luffy's, but hers ain't an awakening. Hers is just a hybrid. Because the sash has to be black.
No, right? No, Luffy's is white.
Luffy is an exception because he is literally like his stuff literally washes all the colors out of everything except for his clothes. Most of them, but
except the sash around his waist.
Like the sash around him being white is like Luffy is allowed to be an exception because his awakening literally drains the color from things. And I like that distinction for Luffy's fruit. If it's going to be different like that.
And it's not even his fruit because Sengoku's does the same thing. It turns everything gold.
Yeah.
But I'm so over it. I'm just over it. Because what does any of this actually mean? And we don't even know if they're all black, because the Gorosei could just be different colors when the anime comes.
That would be kind of Kino, though.
I would like that.
If mythical fruits have their own special color that makes them special, that would be kind of cool, actually. But Nosjuros would definitely be white if that were the case, or like a light, fine blue.
I mean, it could
like the color of ice.
Because, I mean, Queen has black hair in the manga, but we all know he's blonde, so it's like, whatever.
True.
I don't know. I hate all of this. So angry.
Like, I just wanted to know how a sword becomes an elephant. I would expect the guy who did the thing to know how to do it and explain it to me.
And now that we
like,
have Sarah,
Vegapunk, like, remember in Punk Hazard where Caesar Clown, who didn't even know, told us more about the nature of devil fruits than Vegapunk?
The fact that Caesar coin is so up is crazy. Bruh, it's how is it that Caesar Queen and Vince Smoke Judge are so incredibly up and Vegapunk is down in the ditch? This is awful. Because we learned,
I don't know. Vegapunk's just an idiot.
He really is, because we learned about Liz Factor.
He's smart, but he's an idiot.
I can't even. I'm so angry. Oh my god. What did this arc do? Because, okay, I'm sorry, I've been interrupting you.
It's also very interesting to see that the Seraphim are immune to Joy Boy's Hockey Blast.
Oh.
But Vice Admirals aren't?
Oh.
Interesting.
I didn't pick that up. Oh.
These babies must have really strong wills. They are going to be a credible threat in the future.
Oh, that's going to make another video I'm making right now very good. Thank you for that. But see, that's the problem, because I'll just give you a little hint. Somebody who looks like somebody else is going to be replaced. I won't tell you who, but they're going to be replaced in spectacular fashion.
Interesting.
You can guess who at home. And no, it's not Jinbei. Good luck.
I'm not guessing.
You're all going to be terribly mad, and you're going to be mad at me when this video comes out.
But I don't care. I'm mad, and you all have to be mad too.
I take you all down with me.
I am Buster calling this entire series.
You will see the depth of human hate. When I get done with you, your dreams will be crushed. Your videos will be crushed. I am the beginning and the end. I will make you hate.
Oh Lord, what was it?
Oh my God.
I have no mouth, but yes. I must scream hate speech.
I am.
Let's see. Can you see all of me? Walk into my mystery, step inside, and hold on for dear life. Do you remember me? Capture this or set me free. I am all of me. Wrong speech, but
I will turn into a giant centipede and ravish the land.
Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits and wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanostrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate that I feel for all humans at this micro instant. For you, hate.
I will take you all down into the pit. Because I have seen...
That is me if certain things of early One Piece get retroactively ruined. If you find a way to retroactively ruin Hiraluk, I am taking all of you down with me.
Guess what? I hope you don't like Baratier. I hope you don't. I hope you don't.
Geen is a swordsman now. He's gonna fight Zoro.
Oh, I'm not talking about Geen. I won't ruin it. I want to so bad, but I won't. I can't wait because I see it. Oh, but do we want to talk about Vegapunk's plan? I don't know what it is. I couldn't even understand it when I read it. What is it, Zakk? Tell me if you know. I don't know.
Okay. So let's go step by step.
All right.
I'll go from the start. So 3 people find out that there is a traitor.
Right.
By analyzing the data.
Yes.
They go and they have some sort of investigation. Somehow they find out that it's York.
Right.
How do they find out it's York? Let's see. Memories she synchronized with punk fuckers are phony. Surveillance. Okay, so they just found out that it's York somehow. Okay.
Yeah.
So they find out that there's a traitor among them. And they figure out through recordings that she has been talking with Mary Joie. So they know they're about to get clovered.
Right.
They know they're about to get O'Hara'd.
Yes.
Vegapunk doesn't want to go out like a punk sucker.
Yes.
He wants to, at the very least, let the people know what he's find out. He doesn't know as much as Clover. Obviously. Clover knew something.
Yeah.
That Vegapunk doesn't know. And that's what he's been trying to figure out, is like, what did Clover know? But Vegapunk wants the people to have a fighting chance.
Yes.
Specifically because he wanted to create an infinite energy source and it was weaponized immediately. Which he found out because Lelouch got erased, and he found out that the Mother Flame was sort of stolen? Enough of the energy was stolen for like a shot. York put it in a battery and then shipped it over to Eam or whatever.
How did you... Okay, yeah.
How'd you do that? Beats me. Guess we'll find out later. Or not. Really, that doesn't matter. So, it's a science arc, there should be explanations. But, end of the day, it doesn't really matter all that much. York stole a portion of it, sent it over.
Yeah.
So, monitor transmissions. Oh my god, I'm a monster. I created a big old thing. So, gets everyone out of Egghead. So there were residents. He got them all out, but not the Cypherpol agents, because they'd probably reveal a good amount of his plans if he started giving them back their people.
Right. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. It's still interesting. Okay.
So we got to do that, and there's also another reason they have the Cypherpol agents. But, so, if we flee, they'll chase us down to the end of the world. They have a light man, ain't no way we're going to survive very long. Okay. Sure. Vegapunk needs his lab. He needs to be around the brain, I'm assuming. Or something. I don't know. Because Lil is probably going to be leaving the island.
The brain is strong. Whatever. Continue.
Yeah. Like, what happens if the brain gets killed? Whatever, I don't know. End of the day, Vegapunk needs his lab if he wants to continue his research. So he currently has an unclear, incomplete history of the world. So they're going to come and get him. Cool. So his plan is to sacrifice himself.
Right.
His plan is to create a
dead man switch.
A dead man switch and a recording that will play to the entire world. Because he knows he's going to get killed by probably Kizaru.
Yeah.
Because he knows Saturn enough to know that the irony of that would be funny to him. But either way, he knows he's going to get killed pretty quickly, right?
Yeah.
And he knows that a Buster Call is going to happen because this is basically O'Hara.
Right.
So his plan is to create a snail that can transmit on other snails all around the world. In order to like get that transmission all over the world, I mean, this ain't Uta. We need to have something to beam the signal off of, right?
Yes.
So the idea is that he's beaming the signal off of the entirety of the marine, what do you call it? Embargo? Siege?
Yeah.
Basically, there's 100,000 snails that are all beaming this signal out in every single direction. And he needs all of those snails here to boost the signal so that it will actually go out. So Vegapunk needs a marine blockade around Egghead, or else his nonsense won't go out.
Right.
Okay, cool. So the question is, why on earth would you keep York around?
Okay, let's rewind back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are Vegapunk. You need help in the lab. You make embodiments of aspects of yourself. Okay, wisdom, I get. Whatever Pythagoras is, I get. Good, I get. Because you are good, you are a humanitarian. That's fine. Evil and greed.
Evil and gluttony, or greed, but yeah.
Yeah, which, I mean, agreed.
All aspects of science are important.
Also wrath, which is another interesting one.
Yeah.
But that's
I think that Vegapunk believes that all aspects of science are important.
Yeah.
Like, Vegapunk seems like the kind of guy who doesn't wax, like, he likes to wax philosophical about the nature of good and evil a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that he finds the evil applications of science as important to science as a whole as the good application.
And that's fine. And it's fine.
So that, because science itself is not good or evil. Science is neutral. It's what people do with the science that's good or evil. Which is why all of his apprentices are bellends. They're evil individuals.
And every single one of them is correct in their own way.
Yeah.
Because
but that's important.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that he has three aspects of himself that are evil, and then he had 3 apprentices that were evil in kind of the same ways.
Yeah. That's fair.
So maybe it had something to do with that. Vegapunk's a very naive individual.
It's also creating a narrative that I've been promoting for about a year now.
Yeah.
It's very interesting that you mistreat yourself and then are surprised when yourself betrays yourself.
Yeah.
Because York, from what we've been seeing, is not allowed to participate in any scientific endeavors.
Yeah.
Yet you made York yourself. You made York a Vegapunk. So don't you think she would be a little perturbed that she isn't treated the same, that she's treated for her biological processes as opposed to her individual mind? Do you think that would be a bad idea? But apparently not.
So any abnormality in our behavior could be a tip-off that spoils our plans. Erasing our memories is the safest.
Which, how does this even work? You don't even have a brain. Like what is being erased?
Well, they have to upload their memories to the brain.
I mean, in Vegapunk.
So
right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's in there?
I mean, do any of them have a brain?
I thought the other 2 did because they're
they're all robotic. I would think that they're all robotic. They're satellites. They're not people.
Like, that's the weird part, because like York and Lilith don't seem robotic.
They don't seem robotic, but they probably are.
Okay.
I don't think that any of them have like traditional brains, because they all share the same brain.
Right.
And they literally the phrase is upload. They have to upload their memories to the core.
Right.
So instead of uploading your memories, I mean, York, you could delete that nonsense. You can upload false memories.
Okay.
So theoretically, if you go to upload and then you pull the link cable to clone your funny Raticate, the original Bellsprout that you put into the link cable is going to get deleted.
I guess so.
Like, you can delete memories if they are a tangible thing that you upload to the brain. How that works is not really my question. Why?
Yeah.
Because half of this arc was built on the foundation of this murder mystery. So the people that got killed because of that murder mystery got killed because they knew the answer and decided to throw it away.
And then Atlas and Edison just got caught up in the crossfire.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Like...
I'm so removed.
Like, York did incredible damage to this plan.
Yeah.
Like, they don't fight. Like, there are two major things that mess up this plan, right?
Yeah.
The first thing that messes up this plan is the fact that they didn't put a lock on the bathroom.
Yeah.
They just let York do whatever. Why? Why on earth would you just let her do whatever? Why would you let York around to kill all of you?
I also like it that other than Atlas, she's the most physically imposing one.
Yeah.
Like, and has excellent aim because she uses the blicky and just off Shaka. When did she learn marksman skill? What? Huh?
Let's just consider the idea. What happens if York finds out the plan? Is she just going to be like, don't kill Vegapunk? And they'll be like, okay. Okay. Why would you attach it to a dead man switch then? You have a button that controls You have a button that controls all of the whatchamacallit, right? Yeah. Like, you can have the dead man switch, sure. But you have a button that controls the pacifistas. Or a chip or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You can have the dead man switch. How about a backup? A button that you press that puts the thing out?
Also,
is that... Why couldn't we do that?
Why can't you just turn York off?
Why not put a bomb in the bathroom?
Yeah. Yeah.
She bombed Lelouja! She's beyond saving!
Like, that's why I don't want her.
Do you know how many thousands of people are dead because of what York did?
Like atomized. Not even like regular dead. Like actually atomized. Because this is the most horrific display of power since Aniru.
Yeah. Brother, like, because, and like, the only thing that is stopping you from this plan is the fact that York is you. Emeth can put out, like, Vegapunk puts out this entire thing if York isn't in the picture, right?
Yeah. Wait. Okay, so Vegapunk was ready to kill himself. Why couldn't he kill York because York is him?
I don't know! This entire thing is built off of the foundation of this dead man switch. It didn't have to be, but it didn't have to be at all, first and foremost. But the entire thing is based off of that, so that A, it makes sense that Vegapunk gets killed, and B, he can have a big noble sacrifice. He's not doing things for the sake of what a character would do. He's doing things for the sake of the story to happen. It feels like Oda wrote this last week.
This is probably the worst written arc in One Piece.
It's awful.
I don't get it. I was trying, even like while recording.
Like, we want to have,
get it. Go on.
We want to have this big murder mystery. Cool. But in order for the murder mystery to happen, nobody can know who the murderer is. So we can't just let we can't just let Shaka say, "Oh yeah, that's York." We have to have Shaka go, "I have no idea who this could possibly be." And then the people reading the arc would be like, "Oh yeah, is it Lilith? She's evil." And then they make a point of making fun of those people by having Vegapunk immediately assume it was Lilith. Because of course it would be. She's the evil one.
Also, you're profiling yourself, which is odd, but okay.
Which is funny. That's a funny joke.
It is.
That's a funny jab at the community as a whole. Cool. Yeah. All right, so we want to have this murder mystery. Is it Lilith? Is it Shaka because he's good? But what is good compared to a man like Vegapunk who waxes philosophical? I don't know. interesting philosophical talking points for our funny pirate mango. Cool. And then it turns out to be York. It's like, oh my god, it's York. Why? Huh? I couldn't have seen this coming. And then you're like, I was right. Like it's the murder mystery aspect of this is immaculate. Is incredible. Was really fun to read weekly, right?
Yeah.
So we want to have this murder mystery because the murder mystery is the best part of this arc. But we also want to have a big sacrifice dead man switch pre-recorded thing, which requires Vegapunk to know that he was going to be betrayed. Okay? But it wouldn't make sense if Vegapunk knew from the start that he was going to be betrayed, because then we can't have the murder mystery. So we can't have the murder mystery if we also have this pre-recorded thing. I guess?
I don't know. I don't.
So the idea, Vegapunk's idea, is that he can't do a broadcast live. So, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So you have to have this wild goose chase, I guess, for a snail rather than the recording booth.
Right.
Okay. I'm following that.
Which, to be fair, I mean, the alternative could have happened, and then we just have Luffy protecting Vegapunk all that time.
Yeah, which I guess
because
we could have had a series of 5 doors, one for each Straw Hat that's still in fighting shape, fighting off a different opponent, like in Eddie's lobby. Okay.
Speaking about NS Lobby, there's a section of this that we have not gone over. Thanks to the Kuma flashback, we are introduced to a character named Stussy. Where is she?
Oh, she's off. She's gone.
They're stalking Batcoin. We'll see. We'll see. Because
so the general idea is that we want to have this murder mystery, but we also want to have Vegapunk can't make it. Vegapunk can't leave the island.
Right.
The Marines need a victory, so Vegapunk has to die.
Right.
But we can make it this big, bold sacrifice for the sake of the world. So we want to have this. We want to have this. How do we do it? We'll figure that out later, Oda says.
Poorly.
Them getting rid of their memories is that could destroy our plan. If anyone knows, if we act weird around York. So why is York... Oh! So this exists only because Oda didn't know how to tie the entire arc together.
I think so.
And this was the best thing he could think of?
Because...
But, getting rid of your memories does not make any sense at all.
No.
The only way that this makes sense is if you have to upload your memories to the core, and then York could figure out every minute detail of it. So we have to destroy our memories by using, I don't know, some sort of weird science gadget that we just invented. That doesn't matter. But that's not the case, because York can put in fake memories, because you have to have that for the murder mystery to happen.
It would have really helped. You remember Thriller Bark?
Mm-hmm.
You remember how a funny skeleton sits you down and explains all the intricacies of the shadow fruit?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to kind of get an explanation of how the brain fruit works instead of a 2-second explanation?
No time. We have to cut to Garp.
Right.
Punching an island.
Forgot. Hence Titanic Captain Kuzan.
I I'll do it later in an SBS.
Yeah. Yeah.
No time. I need more action shots of Nika.
EGGHEAD.
So, like, this whole we have to destroy our memories is baffling and makes no sense. But keeping York around to destroy your plans anyway, the only way that makes any sense is if you want to have the idea of York there to give the enemies hope that they can find the snail. Like, you have to, like, if Vegapunk was like, if they find out about this transmission, they're just going to nuke the island. I don't know. They might mother flame the whole island or something, right? And then all of our plans are dead. But if the Gorosei have, like, a slight hint on how this works, if we can use the fact that York has betrayed us, and York feeds them just enough information that it sends them on a wild goose chase, just long enough for, I don't know, 12 minutes to pass, then we get our thing out. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, that sort of would make sense, but they don't say that.
No.
That's me making something up.
Why give York the nuclear warhead that is the Seraphim?
Because to take that away would be too suspicious. It will destroy the plan. You know, our foolproof plan.
The fact that she has endeared herself to one of them is even worse. Because the Hancock one is her child. They are mother and child now. I portray that one.
I don't understand. Like, maybe you can't get rid of the hierarchy thing.
Why not?
I don't know.
You got Bonnie doing it. Bonnie is a countermeasure. Is she?
Yeah, not? But she's got, like, the chip. We gave her a chip, so she could do it above certain things. And that's, like, a secret thing. If they got rid of, like, the Gorosei's ability if he could get rid of the Gorosei's ability to order them around, don't you think he would have? When he found out that they were going to come in to kill him?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that you can't do that. That's, like, something integral. Vegapunk doesn't know how to code.
He sure does.
He got ChatGPT to do it.
He sure did.
I wonder if AI wrote this arc. This fell apart so bad.
And there was so many interesting things happening.
None of it mattered.
None of it mattered for this arc. It will be important in the future, which sucks because Long Ring Longland had the funny fox man, who I love. I've loved him for 10 years, and he is in this arc to spit in my face, Zakk.
Long Ring Longland doesn't matter. But Long Ring Longland is aware that it doesn't matter.
Yes.
And it plays it like it doesn't matter. So it has fun with it.
And we build.
Egghead doesn't matter, but it treats everything within Egghead like it does matter.
With the utmost importance. It's crazy.
Egghead wants to matter, but it doesn't. Long Ring Longland doesn't want to matter, so it doesn't. And it's fun for that.
We focus on character things, and the one thing that does matter is at the tail end, which is Kuzan.
Yeah. Like, Foxy and the Davy Back fight doesn't have to matter.
No.
Because they don't pretend like it does. This has to matter because they've been pretending like it does for 15 years!
Yeah. And the fact that all the science stuff from the last saga, not an arc, a saga, because it's Judge, it's Caesar, it's Queen, all that comes to a head with Vegapunk. Literally, it comes to a head because Egghead. And none of that matters.
None of it mattered.
Oh my
I've been following this for so long and none of it mattered. That's what I'm mad about. You had so many opportunities. They had so many things that they set up. Through the course of 2 decades almost. And they didn't pay any of it off. Why?
I'm baffled. I really am.
I can't believe it. Like, I loved this arc. I loved this arc when we first started it, man.
Me too.
Every single week I was like, oh, Egghead's great. Like, they're throwing things in. I loved the murder mystery.
Yes.
That should have been the whole arc.
Because it's new. We never had that before.
Yeah. We should have had that be the whole arc. We've had Marineford. We've had Enies Lobby. We've had Wano. We didn't have to put all 3 of them in the same thing and be one arc. It's just a mess.
And instead of elaborate on Delpfruit lore, you make it worse because the Seraphim again. Oh my god.
What's green blood?
What are you even talking about? What? Lineage factor? Okay, yeah, we heard of that before. Green
lineage
blood.
Factor, what does that mean? Green blood, what does that mean?
Copy
Devil fruits are built off of dreams. What does that mean? How did you copy Senior Pink's ability? Well, we did it through the green blood. Well, what's the green blood?
And
I don't know.
And I mean, copying Paramecia abilities in itself is like, wait, the weird reality warping one you can copy, but not Lokius. Why is that?
Can you copy laws?
The fact that you can copy Moria is ridiculous. What are you talking about? Turning a shadow into a physical thing? You copied that? What?
Brother, for 2 years, the world government had a warlord at Vegapunk's lab with the Op-Op fruit.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
How have we not mass-produced that?
Okay.
We had the time to get Senior Pink's Devil Fruit? We had the time to get that? When Senior Pink has been in Impel down for like a month?
Yeah.
We had time to do that, but not the Op-Op fruit? The literal most valuable asset on the planet.
That can give.
We have the opportunity to mass produce that. We could put that in a clone that has no free will, have the ability to mass produce eternal life, and we just chose not to. Why?
And it gets worse because other than the soul fruit, the Shadow fruit doesn't matter in this instance, but other than the soul fruit, you know what fruit can just freely make automatons basically through surgery?
Shadow fruit?
No, the Op-Op fruit. Because if you remember, Punk Hazard, people like Monet are just fine. You can just make creatures by slapping things together.
Law can change personalities.
Yes.
I'm guessing that's with like brains, maybe?
He can transplant souls, Zakk.
Is that souls? Is that brains?
No,
they never really explained that. I never needed an explanation for that, but now
it's full
brother.
Because Sanji can use hockey inside of Nami's body. It's like full will. He can take the will. Oh my god! Why did?
Is that how you put an elephant in a sword? Did he use that devil fruit? No, he didn't make it. He chose not to make the Op-Op fruit.
I'm so high.
And green blood. How? Why?
About to pass out. Oh my god!
It was at your lab.
So angry. So upset.
It was at your lab, dude.
And then, I mean, if you want to be, I guess if we're being facetious, you don't even need an ancient weapon because you know what? You got Moria's fruit. Just take everyone's shadow and shoot a beam of light at them and kill them all.
Yeah,
because it's the only power in the series that actually causes erasure. Like you can erase people. Like actually, oh my god.
See, but the shadow fruit's kind of hard to use. You have to do that's like a one person at a time kind of deal. You have to physically snip off the shadow. Once you do that, you're golden. But
it doesn't. What's awakening then? You know, like no. But it's and then
well, the shadow fruit was introduced before awakening was a thing, so we don't have to worry about what awakening is for that.
All right.
Like, we don't have to worry about that. I guess you could say awakening is when he has all the shadows. Whatever. I don't... That's not what I care about. What I care about is you had access to the Op fruit.
Yeah. Well, someone...
My brother in Christ, he was at your lab!
And he's good with it, too. He's not a joke. Law knows how to use it. Oh, my God.
You can mass-produce eternal life, and you're worried about funding?!
Just steal money. Just steal the money. Like,
I don't care about stealing money! Dude, could you imagine how much people would pay? It doesn't matter! The world government doesn't matter!
Yeah.
You're telling me Eam would not want a mass-produced Op fruit? When he's offering 2 billion berries for the fruit itself? He had it! He had it! And he has the means to completely replicate.
And then you replicate the person's knowledge, too. So now you make a husk that knows fully well how to use. This is depression.
We couldn't take Kuma's brain out so that we could put it back in later? To trick the Gorosei?
No.
We just had to kill our best friends?
We had to kill
when you had the Op fruit during that time!
You killed a baby's father.
You killed your best friend! And you had access to the Op fruit! Like, maybe he didn't have the green blood technology at that point. That's a fair assumption to make. You could have figured something out. You decided to go for the swim fruit. Like, you figured out how to do that. You decided to take Sir Crocodile's DNA to make a copy of him. You decided to do that before you decided to make the Op fruit?
Yeah, because Crocodile funny, and he make the money because he first boss in the series.
I don't care about the Seraphim. How about you put the green blood and the push fruit into every pacifista? Could you imagine?
And just protect yourself.
Could you imagine a row of pacifistas 50 miles long, all using the push fruit at the same time?
Yeah, and they just hold their hands out and then no one can enter the island. Just block her. Okay.
Put it towards the ground and push the entire planet away and destroy the world. You could do that. You could do that with this green blood.
Yeah, why not? Also, why?
You introduced holograms being real, and it didn't play into the murder mystery!
No.
Why? Why did we spend so much time setting up all these Chekhov's guns and then refusing to fire them? Vegapunk doesn't teleport!
No. What was that? By the way, what?
He was stuck in Emmett for no reason.
What was because he sets this up beforehand, so like
yeah, he put it into the flashback.
So what was even that about?
What was that about?
And they say, you know what people are saying because the wiki's wrong a lot of the time. I looked back at that recently. No one says that's technology. He just does it. We assume that it is, but it's like. Why did he do that? Why did he do that?
I don't know.
Why does anyone else have that? Why couldn't you teleport yourself out of prison? Why can't any other Vegapunk do that? Why? It's fine.
Why didn't you bring a hologram army to fight the Gorosei?
Why didn't you give what's his name? Big fat guy with the axe. Senamaru. Why didn't you give him the hologram, the light gloves to fight his uncle?
Yeah. Can't do that.
He just has to get murked. Terribly,
he doesn't need hologram gloves. He has hockey, you silly.
Oh, I forgot. Best defense in the world. I forgot. Silly me. To get murked by two different individuals in spectacular fashion. Poor Senamaru. Why even?
Meanwhile, Luffy's just tanking hits.
Yeah, no, Luffy can get hit across the world and be fine.
Yeah.
Luffy turned to a light bulb and ate Kizaru's blast and was fine. Okay? Whatever. Go on.
Why didn't he... Abbott has memories. How did he not figure that out?
Figure what out?
What the robot is!
Oh.
He's had it on his island for years, man. How did he never figure out what he is?
Because the drums, the liberation weren't there, Zakk.
He knows the song!
No.
He knows the song. He knows it's tied to Nika because of his knowledge of the past. He knows who Joy Boy is. He knows Emmett's friend, and he's learned the song.
Oh, sorry. and you had a cultural expert on Nika on the island who is Kuma, but
nah, none of that. Vegapunk sucks.
Vegapunk is the worst character in this manga.
It might be. That might be the case.
And I usually say that for Jinbei, but no, this is crazy. This is abhorrent. 15
years of buildup for this.
And what's worse, it's going to be another 15 because we're going to get all the answers we should have gotten in this arc trickled out with other examples of power.
Well, yeah, because like everything that Vegapunk knows is built off of the back of Clover. Which means that all of this, we have to wait to find the One Piece to get the answers for.
Yeah.
Which means we're not going to do it during Elbaf.
No.
We're not going to do it in the post-arc after Elbaf.
No.
We're going to get it in the arc after that.
Yeah.
5 years from now.
Or like 10, but yeah. I need Elbaf to be 10 years. No, I need Elbaf to be 2 years. No, I'm holding...
I mean, Egghead was 2 years.
Okay, I need to be 5 years then. I need Elbaf to be long.
I need to know anything about this series before my soul is ripped from this mortal coil, man!
I need something.
I've been following this nonsense for 20 years already!
Yeah. That's why I said I need a full genealogy breakdown, enough with the race ambiguity. Tell me everything about Giants.
Enough with the ambiguity. Like, I just wanted to know anything, man.
Because this is getting...
Why am I not allowed to know the core motivation of the man of the box?
Yeah.
25 years into the runtime.
Yes.
That's what gets me, man. 25 years into the runtime of the manga, we don't know the core motivation of the main character on every cover of Jump!
Because no other characters on Jump.
No!
Not anymore, anyway.
I'm getting so mad that my voice is falling into pieces, dude. I can't. Why did we have to change Luffy's core motivation? 17 years into the runtime of the manga.
That is weird.
Then you just decide to keep that from us for no reason. Is that too much of a hint?
Yeah.
Is that too much of a clue? Why are we not allowed to have any clues? Like, I know the purpose is the journey and not the destination. But the whole point of a mystery is to learn things about the mystery as it goes along. We're not learning anything about the mystery.
Not at all.
We're just hand-waving things away that we're gonna have to learn later in an SBS! We're not learning anything in the manga!
No, we're not.
This series about exploration and discovery, we're not learning anything!
That's why, to change the subject a tinge, people have their pots out for Kid. I see it in my Discord. My brother in Christ, Kid's backstory, it was explained in SBS.
It's over.
It's so over. I think the plan at the start with Sabaody, he had some for Bonnie, he had some for Law, he had some for Kid. Kid became the least important character very quickly when people saw Bonnie and Law.
No.
Really?
I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
I think Kid was originally designed to be an antagonist, but then Oda went straight into the Yonko arc.
Fair.
I think Kid was supposed to show up in a Long Ring Longland situation, get beat by Luffy, and then show up later as a protagonist in Wano.
I agree.
I have a feeling that Kid was originally designed to be Hiei.
Because that makes sense, because it's weird that he was the only one who had a subordinate that was also a supernova. So it's like
he's built specifically to be the anti-Luffy.
Right, because he has
in the same vein as Blackbeard.
And then you have an anti-Zoro and kind of an anti-Sanji because he did breathe fire in Sabaody, so you automatically think, fire guy.
Yeah, like Kid was built to do something. Like Oda had I don't think Oda had any plans for Law or Bonnie.
Fair.
He had a plan for Kid, and then those plans didn't come to fruition because he had different ideas. You know, in the time that it took to write Marineford, and in the time that it took to write Impel Down, and the time skip, and all these different designs, is that was 2 years ago, and Law definitely changed because Law blew up.
Law blew up incredible.
Law was so cool. Law was so cool.
During the time he was writing Impel Down, I think that's when he started to change things. Because
he was doing Impel Down, and he wanted to have one of the supernovas show up.
Yeah,
and that's when he decided. That moment is when he decided that Law was important.
I will give you this though as a tinge of pushback. I know he had something for Bonnie because there's a scene with Bonnie where she's watching Marineford happen and she's crying at the monitor. So she was not fleshed out. I don't think that at all. But I think there was a pin for him to come back.
There's something later. For Bonnie.
For later. Now, Beige, no. Absolutely not. Beige was made in whole cake. You can't convince me otherwise. No.
Absolutely not.
No. Apu.
And then he threw everyone else away.
Apu remains kinda. Hawkins is garbage.
Apu is so much more Kino than he has any right to be.
It's ridiculous.
Apu is awesome.
And the anime just glows him up even more. It's ridiculous. X-Drake.
Apu is great, and he has no right to be as good as he is.
Not at all. X-Drake
sucks.
He sucks. He has become important out of nowhere, and it makes me feel bad.
No.
Sword, bruh. He's in Sword.
No.
Come on.
Do you know who else is in Sword?
Yeah,
Kobe.
The Marines are in Sword.
No, Kobe.
That's a Marine.
There are no Marines. There are no Marines.
It's just Kobe. That's the point. No, the rest of them don't matter. It's just Kobe.
Yeah. So as a Marine, X-Drake doesn't matter.
But he,
my man is smoker tier, dude.
Yeah. No, I can't.
Is your name Kobe, Helmeppo, or Groose? No.
Yeah.
Get out of my series. You're not one of the 3 admirals that are going to have the big coats at the end of the series.
No.
Do you think X-Drake is going to have one of the coats at the end of the series?
God, no. Could you imagine?
He had one panel of introspection with Hawkins. Hawkins died, and he died.
Yes.
X-Drake is done.
Also, if you are not Marine Nami or Marine Robin, you also don't matter.
Yeah.
So, Tashigi and Fujaku, also Hibari, because Hibari is Kobe's wife. So she matters by extension. So, yeah.
They matter for the sake of merchandise sales. They don't matter for the sake of the story.
Yes, because Fujaku literally has the BDSM power, so of course she matters. He whips you. That's hot.
Like I said, it matters exclusively for merchandise.
Correct.
They ain't gonna do anything in the series. They're just gonna show up say their famous line and leave.
I do hope Tashigi loses her glasses and does her best Velma, but that's neither here nor there. Egghead sucks.
I need Tashigi to meet up with a person that looks exactly like her, except a guy working for the Revolutionary Army.
Oh no!
I need Kuina to be an actual thing.
Do you think? Yeah, Ivankov would do that.
I'm
He would, yeah.
I want that. Like, I like that theory, and I want it to be real. The Kuina didn't die from falling down the stairs. That might have been the plan up the bat, but that is way too mundane for cool Zoro. That's mundane enough for the start of this manga for goofy Zoro. That's way too mundane for cool Zoro.
I don't like cool.
Cool Zoro's backstory can't have anything that silly. So, Kuina was shipped off because the world government knew about the Shimotsuki blood and was gonna go in and steal Kuina and do horrible things and make her the new Bonnie. But nah, we can't do that. So we ship her off to the Revolutionary Army and say she died and fell down the stairs. And then she meets Ivankov and be like, I want to be a boy. And now she's a boy and he's gonna fight Zoro.
I'm hollowing out. I'm hollowing out. My eyes are going black.
Honestly, I did a very bad job of explaining it because I'm kind of using a silly voice for it.
It's fine.
I don't want Kuina to be in the story. It feels like she's gonna have to be, though, doesn't it?
I wish, I want Tashigi to just be saboed. Like, she hit her head on the stairs, she thinks she's someone else. I would rather that.
I would rather that. I don't know.
You know what? No, make her...
It feels like if we were gonna do that, we would have done that like 13 arcs ago.
Wait.
It feels like we would have done something like that in Punk Hazard, or we would have done anything to set that up.
This may be another video, but I like this idea because I just thought of it. Make her Cavendish.
Where there's like a Kuina insider?
Yeah, she's just like really good at swordsmanship, but she needs to bump her head again. Or something. I don't know. I don't... Because you set it up, and you don't make... No, wait. Rephrase that. You set this up at any other time where a character has looked like another character, it's either for a good reason or a gag.
Yeah.
Like with Duval, that's a gag.
And I think it was a gag back in Alabasta because we wanted to explain why Zoro didn't want to fight her.
Yeah, but...
And then, like, it... Back then, when we had, Smoker be an important character, and by extension, Kuina be an important character, we have these chasing Marines be important characters, it made sense to tie the second in command, a Smoker second in command, to Zoro in some way, even if it's not directly inspired. It puts a little bit of thought, I guess. It's not just brainless fighting against the Marines. There's drama between the Straw Hats and the Marines. Because Zoro has a connection to this character because they look like a different character. Cool.
Well, thank goodness Helmeppo has become Tashigi.
I hate that.
That's the truth, though.
I know.
And Groose is Sanji, I guess. Because he's a snappy dresser, and he's kind of doing his best Vince Smoke Judge impression by having a bunch of clones at his beck and call.
Yeah.
Golems. Do I hate this? Yeah. Do I hope that Tashigi turns into that one cover art of Nami using the three sword style? Yes. Yes, I do. What happened? No.
At the end of the day, I don't want Kuina to act like... I don't want Kuina to be a thing at all.
Yeah.
Because Kuina is the sword.
Yes. She's Wado Ichimonji. Yes, she is.
Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, Zoro becoming the best swordsman was originally supposed to be him overcoming Kuina. Kuina.
Yeah.
With his 2-sword style. So we explain that he has a goofy 3-sword style because he wants to be the world's strongest swordsman by himself and for Kuina. It's like a poetic kind of thing. And so Kuina being alive
ruins it.
Means that the Wado Ichimonji can't be the world's strongest swordsman.
No.
So Zoro can't have both of their dreams come true at the same time.
And then to end the sword.
So it would completely ruin it.
Yeah, it would.
It would completely ruin it.
And to complete the funny sword lore, we have Enma being a sword that's made by the same guy that made Wado Ichimonji. So like how we start is how we end. We rhyme. It makes sense. And it also carries the will of somebody else in Odin. So how we start is how we end. And that's the end of it.
Like, imagine a world. I don't think this is going to be where they take it. Okay. Imagine a world where Enma becomes too problematic. And every time Zoro tries to use it, it tries to steal all of his haki. It's a big old mess. It ends up becoming really bad for Zoro.
Okay.
So, in a moment of absolute intensity and desperation, Zoro has to pull Enma. He has to pull the Sword of Hell. And he knows that doing so is going to kill him. And then we could tie the sword lore back into it, where Zoro is on the brink of death, and Wado saves him. It protects him from Enma, using its own will, or something like that. If we have to tie sword lore into it, I think that's where we could go. Where, like, we have, like, this thing where Zoro has a whole bunch of cursed swords, and his inherent luck comes from this guardian spirit or something. I don't know. I don't know if that would be good, if that would be terrible. I would smile if Zoro's luck came from a funny little sword guy. I don't know.
Oh, no.
I'm just spitballing for Zoro, because I don't know what to do with this character at this point, man. What do we do with Zoro at this point?
That's another video, actually. Zoro is at a dead end because Sanji has become unbelievably based, which is weird.
Sanji has had a character arc because he got development in Whole Cake.
Yes.
Zoro doesn't get development.
He gets sword.
He gets stronger. And then, like, he got Conqueror's haki out of nowhere.
Yes.
We still haven't explained if that's him or if that's the sword, because we introduced that the chapter after the scabbards.
Yes.
Did the same thing.
And
especially with what we know about Joy Boy now.
Yeah.
Like, that could just be Odin's Conqueror's haki. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would prefer if it was Zoro's, but beats me.
I mean, it wouldn't make sense. That's why he got rid of Susui, because Susui is just Ryuma incarnate, so he can't be the world's strongest swordsman with carrying the will of another man, literally. So he would have to put his mark on his own sword, but I don't know what that means for Enma, because it suggests that the reason why Enma has abilities, I guess, is because of Odin. Oh.
It's because it has a will that's stronger than Zoro's will, so he needs to train his haki to be stronger than Odin's haki. And when he is stronger than Odin's haki, that means that Zoro will be stronger than Odin, and he'll be big strong. It'll be what? Wow!
This manga's bad. This is terrible. And none of them are black either. So like, what's the point? Okay, whatever. But yeah, we're not going to Elbaf just yet. So dash your hopes. We have
this is what Egghead has done to us.
Yeah.
We are absolutely just like in the doldrums of pessimism. Because this arc had so much potential, man.
It squandered it all.
It squandered every ounce of it. I still think that I like, as a whole, I don't like Wano more than I don't like Egghead. Because there's a lot more to like in Egghead.
I'm going to make you upset. I'm the opposite.
Yeah, that's fair. Egghead at least is mercifully shorter. Yeah. At least we didn't have 4 years for nothing. Instead of well, I guess it's not 4 years for nothing. We did get the Nika payoff.
Because the problem is that Wano has an answer, at least.
Yeah.
Egghead. Well, no.
Doesn't.
Egghead has one explanation, one solitary explanation in the trash heap.
For what?
For Nika. It expounds on Nika lore with Bonnie and Kuma. I like the Bonnie and Kuma stuff. That is the only...
Does it have an answer?
It's at least making him important in the world. Which I'll take.
True.
I'll take that. Other than that, and I like how we're developing Bonnie. I like Bonnie Coin. Bonnie Coin's great. But...
Anyway, I'm just trying to do my funny little rubber. But that's what the rubber fruit is to me.
Yeah. It's explanation.
But
yeah.
Explanation for... Like, I like slave lore.
It's good.
Like, it is amazing that pretty much everything did... No, that's not true. I was going to say everything that was good in Egghead had nothing to do with Egghead, but that's not true. A lot of the good in Egghead had nothing to do with Egghead.
Yeah, like...
Kuma's backstory was very good.
Very good.
All of the cutaways were very good.
Yes, they were.
The murder mystery of Egghead was very good.
It was.
The moment Saturn shows up, the entire arc falls apart.
All the way.
The moment Shaka gets shot in the head, it's over.
It's actually over because you think it's going to an interesting place and it just ain't. It just
doesn't.
It falls off a cliff and it's sad because there's so much packed into the Kuma flashback. There's so much.
Dude, like, York shows up and it's like, I was the murderer all along. It's like, what? That's crazy.
Yes.
I had no idea. Where are we going to go from here? What's York going to do from here? What's York going to do from here, Polly?
I hope.
Absolutely nothing for the rest of the arc is what York is going to do from here.
I hope there's more after this because I'm scared now. Because, man, I wanted so much. I wanted the world for her, and I don't think we're going to get it.
Like, York had so many things. Like, could you imagine an alternate universe where York is the main antagonist?
That's so cool. It's so cool.
I feel like that's where Oda was taking this.
Because I think it was still too early to pop all the Gorosei. I think
all the Gorosei, yeah. One Gorosei sponsoring York
is interesting.
Could you imagine they don't even show up, but they're sponsoring another character?
Yes.
Who is putting a threat to the Wano to the Kaido killer?
Yes.
Imagine that. Imagine York with all of the powers of technology on her side. Imagine York gets access to all of the hologram technology and Luffy has to fight hologram Kaido. Make it a gag.
Yeah.
Why not? But have like all this stuff. York with the power of holograms can teleport all around, all over the place, has all of these different weapons that Lilith alluded to, has the Seraphim, has the Pacifistas, so we can have like a B team get the Pacifistas led by Bonnie, and then we can lead to like this big moment where Bonnie actually gets the Pacifistas instead of just like making it a sudden thing out of nowhere 2/3 through the arc. It's like a goal for a character that they do.
Make York Dr. Eggman.
Yeah,
that's the thumbnail.
And then
remember, Ollie.
Make the entire purpose of this arc get to York.
Yes.
Why do we have to get to York? Because Vegapunk is doing a transmission.
Yes.
And York has killed all of the Vegapunk so that they can't stop her from stopping the transmission. Or something. How about that?
That would be great, actually.
Like, we did the transmission. York has been hired as an inside guy to stop the transmission.
Yes.
And then, like, we have to be able to, I don't know. Do we need a Buster Call? I think we still need a Buster Call.
I mean, I guess they don't work, but sure.
They don't work, but I feel like this arc still needs a Buster Call because the entire premise of this is Vegapunk knows things about the Void Century.
Yeah.
And when you know things about the Void Century, you get a Buster Call. That's just in line with everything.
Yeah.
So maybe Vegapunk is using his knowledge of Marine protocol and taking advantage of that like a smart person would to get this cool high-tech thing out into the world. And York, blammo, shoots Stella. Or not Stella. Shoots Shaka.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Blammo gets rid of Pythagoras. Cool. We have to deal with Edison and Atlas and Stella and all that stuff now. We can worry about that as those guys are leading the other Straw Hats to do certain things throughout the island to try to get to a spot. Most of the arcs of One Piece usually are waiting for the Straw Hats to get to a place, right?
Yeah.
Skypiea. We gotta get to the Golden City. And when we get there, we have to wait for Luffy to get to fight Enel. Cool. Dressrosa. We have to get to the big building in the middle. And we have to wait for Luffy to fight Doflamingo.
Yeah.
Everyone else is doing stuff throughout the place. Everyone has a goal. But the core extent of it is we need to get Luffy here.
Yes.
Alabasta. Everyone's trying to find the bombs, but we need to get Luffy to where Crocodile is to fight him. We have to get Vivi to the town square to stop everything. Like, there's, like, goals for the characters, and we could build that into this. Like, we build this entire murder mystery, and the finding out what the murder mystery is could blow the whole thing wide open.
Yeah.
But York has to be the main villain of the murder mystery. Of the murder mystery arc.
Nope. My spider grandpa can't be this cute.
Yeah, like, dog. Like, the fact that York gets the upper hand on Shaka should be a massive blow to the Straw Hats and should massively inflate York.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
No.
Because either way, what's the purpose of the arc?
I don't even know anymore.
It's, leave.
Yeah. Leave, and then...
We get there, we met Vegapunk.
Yeah.
And then Saturn shows up, and it's like, oh god! And now it's leave. There's not a guy that we have to fight. There's not a big bad, which is interesting for One Piece.
Yeah, it's new.
That's new. That's interesting. There's not like Saturn could just be a big bad. Oh, we have to beat up Saturn and leave him broken. But it's interesting and different that it's get away. I mean, I said this a few weeks ago. Some of my favorite chapters of One Piece are the getaway chapters.
Yeah.
One of my favorite points in One Piece is the end of Orange Town, when everybody still thinks that Luffy's evil because their town just got taken over by a pirate.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that Luffy defeated that pirate, they're like, pirates still suck. Get out of our island. And Luffy's like, gotta go. That's a great moment. And I like that.
Very Lupin. Very good.
Very Lupin. So, like, calling back to something like that and have the goal be leave. Okay. Then what was the point of being here? Why did we stop? Like, we don't even have the in-universe explanation of the, Oh, Lord, it's been so long since we've even talked about it, I don't remember its name.
Oh, Lord. The Mother Flame?
No, the compass.
Oh, the log pose.
We don't even have the in-universe explanation of the log pose for this arc.
Yeah,
every other arc has been like, we have to be here for a while and explore. Why? Because the log pose takes time to get to the next island. Cool. Why were we here? We got attacked by Vegapunk.
Yes. And
then we got attacked, and then we got attacked, and then we got attacked, and then we got attacked, and now we're gone.
And we had excellent helming skill throughout. Thank goodness.
I'm trying to think about, like, my alternate... Because I'm so disappointed I'm in fan fiction mode right now. In my alternate right for One Piece, where the murder mystery happens and York is the big bad. What does Jinbei do?
Well, Jinbei should be fighting the Seraphim.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have to establish why he's number 3. Since you made the statement.
Like, honestly, I just think of, like, an Eddie's Lobby room.
Yeah.
Where there's, like, a big room in the middle where a core force needs to fight York.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of rooms outside it where everyone else is trying to get in. Or something like that. Or maybe...
you know what?
Maybe York has the Seraphim.
Okay.
And everyone has to... Luffy has to fight York in the middle, and then everyone has to defend the middle room from the Buster Call, from the Marines trying to get in.
That's fair.
And then they have the Pacifistas, they have the Seraphim, for some reason.
Yeah.
They have the big strong guys, they have Kizaru.
Have Jinbei fight anybody, seeing as how you are making the statement from Whole Cake that certain devil fruit constructs cannot stand up against water. So, just show me why he's number 3. Just show me that.
Jinbei... Imagine Jinbei fighting himself.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like... What would be another, like, I feel like we don't have all the Seraphim in this arc so that we can explain why they all get separated after this arc, I guess.
I pray to God
maybe
that happens, because
so let's consider, because I don't know what the future of the plans for the series are.
Yeah.
But let's assume that they're going to separate the Seraphim because of all this.
Okay.
So let's assume that the Seraphim that we have are the only ones that we would have for this potential rewrite.
Okay.
So we have Bear, Shark, Snake,
Hawk.
So what would be the most interesting partner? Because let's have Jinbei fight himself and someone else at the same time.
I would say Bear and Shark fight Jinbei, because Jinbei and Kuma are almost the same character anyway.
Yeah.
And they do the same things.
I feel like Kuma might be better used somewhere else, though.
That's fair.
I'm trying to think. Because honestly, what would do best for Jinbei is to get him to work together with Brook.
Okay.
The other newest member of the crew. Like, Brook gets to be a senpai, and Brook gets to introduce Jinbei and be a new guy of the crew. It's like, oh, I'm not the newest guy anymore, yo.
That would.
And Brook always is playing second fiddle to someone else anyway.
And he works off the person he's next to a lot of the time.
Yeah, he runs support. He runs support through combat and through character a lot.
Yeah.
And he can bring a lot out of a character.
Yes, he
just
does.
because he is so silly and Brooke is so stoic. You could have, like, interesting nonsense for that. And then, you know, you could have S-Shark doing all this stuff with Fishman Karate. And then Brooke is freezing the water so that he can't do that, but that also shuts down Jinbei, and then Jinbei gets mad at Brooke, and, you know, gags!
And then, I mean, it'd be a funny gag that when S-Shark does Fishman Karate on Brooke, and Brooke's like, yo, I have no water in my body!
Yeah, Brooke could have no water. It'd be funny.
Yeah, but no.
And then, I don't know, maybe like a cool team attack where Jinbei does the cool Fishman Karate and Brooke freezes the water in the air while it's moving.
Like the Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah, or I don't know. Maybe Jinbei is feeling real sad. He's feeling real sad about the fact that he has been created as a world government abomination to enslave his people.
Yeah, and that his fighting style that has inherited his people is being used as a tool to now hurt his people and besmirch all the hard work he has put into said fighting style over the entirety of his career.
And then learns that his fighting style is his own and gets more confident through that thanks to the dulcet musings and silly bony boy who has also dealt with self-esteem issues.
And literally having the same scenario in which he had to fight himself and he lost.
Yeah.
That's what Thriller Bark is. Like, Thriller Bark, he fights a better him and he loses.
Yeah, it's like poetry. It kind of rhymes. And then, like, who do we get to fight Brooke in this made-up scenario?
Probably S-Hawk.
Bluegrass, baby.
No.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Bluegrass and S-Snake or S-Shark. Bluegrass riding S-Shark would be so sick.
That'd be cool.
And that would be like a literal representation of the world government and the Marines enslaving a fishman.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
And then Bluegrass, when they're riding something, their mount gets way stronger. It gets like a 20% power boost. And Jinbei's like, I can't do it. He's too strong.
And yeah.
And then Brooke's like, believe in yourself. And also, here's a cool tune that gives you 20% power. It gives you 19% power. It's not quite enough, but Jinbei's like, I'll become Maximumer. Ah! It has an anime moment. I don't know.
Plus old.
I'm making this up as I go.
And then Jinbei points to the camera and says, "You're next." That doesn't fit.
Honestly, you could do something like that for Jinbei.
Yeah.
I don't know, something.
I'm so hollowed out.
I keep in mind, I don't even think that's better than what we got.
Yeah. Well, it kind of is, but
I'm just kind of throwing stuff at the wall about like what we could potentially do that's better than the nothing we got. Like, what was Oda doing?
Like, he was setting up set pieces for future things. Was what he was doing, and not writing the arc, which is it's fine. Fine.
This arc was so bad.
Like, nothing was actually gained. Like,
I was so excited for the build-up, man.
Yeah.
We had one glorious year of incredible build-up. Let me rephrase that. We had 8 glorious months of incredible build-up, and then 4 months of being away from the Straw Hats, but
yeah.
We had like 8 glorious months of really good build-up for nothing.
And I love having characters that we don't know what to do with now. I love that Lilith is with us. With no motivations or expectations. Just here.
I mean, shoot, maybe she'll explain what Stella refused to. I don't know.
I hope so. I hope that Caesar Clown comes out of nowhere and picks her up.
I hope that she has a conversation with Usopp.
And Frankie. And she tells Frankie that Vegapunk loved you the most. You are his son. What? Yes.
You are his real son. Lilith. To be perfectly honest, Lilith being Frankie's canonical dad is very funny.
Yes.
Because Lilith is Vegapunk.
Yes, I am your father.
Lilith is canonically Vegapunk, and so is York.
Yeah.
So Frankie having to fight his dad, York, is very funny.
My father can't possibly be this cute. Cut that out.
Do a play on Star Wars and make it goofy.
Frankie, I am your father. No, super.
Just because, like, dog, like Frankie, the manliest character known to man, his father is a girl.
A girl.
That's kind of goofy.
Also, I was in a live stream a while ago. I hope that Lilith has an actual foot in that boot, and it's not her feet, because that's troublesome to me. Like that's she's not like she's like a person and not a robot, or like she has a foot in the boot, and that's not her actual foot. The moon shoes they all have to wear on
why?
That's disgusting to me. I hate the idea of that. Like you have regular human leg, and then it's just fused into this.
And then cool Mega Man shoes? Hell yeah.
I don't know.
She's got like Star Fox proportions.
Oh, that's right. Their legs are cut off.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then you could put her in different outfits, but there's like certain aspects of the character design that can't change.
Oh, so she's.
But
Frankie.
they play it off as a joke.
I like what they do with Frankie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, not like.
Except this time it's girl, so it's funnier.
How did you make me like it that fast?
Because I'm a genius and I know Oda. I am Ichiro Oda.
Oh my god! Confirmed. Subscribe.
Let me tell you exactly why Frankie was stacking bots. But I'm always trying to think of like the gag.
Yeah. Which is good.
That's where my brain usually goes. Like when it comes down to One Piece in general, I want to think it was like, how does this lead to a gag? Because One Piece at its core is a silly, funny manga.
Yes.
Oda's greatest strength is his comedic timing. Somehow, the man could do perfect timing in written form. It's immaculate. It's amazing.
It's very impressive.
And it's so impressive. So my first thought always is, if this character is going to be here, if this is going to be part of a character, what is the funniest thing that we can do with that? Like, what are some scenarios that we could do with that will make me laugh? Because, like, as a whole, I know I've been complaining a lot about mysteries, payoff, build-up, exploration, discovery. At the end of the day, the most important thing that I get from this series is a good chuckle.
Also, shout out to Base Ghost Train. Thank you for joining the TikTok stream. But go on.
Hell yeah. Because, like, at the end of the day, it's like everybody comes to One Piece for different things. Yeah. The thing is massive.
Yeah, right.
There are so many different reasons that you could love One Piece. I'm not going to fault anyone for liking it the wrong way, if that makes any sense. So, like, if you want to come do it for the fights, great. If you want to do it for the exploration, amazing. If you want to come in for all of this mystery and this discovery and thinking about different ways, like, there is the power scalers, there is the theorists, there is the exploration guys.
Yeah.
I want to be the funny man. It's why I love things like Thriller Bark, where there's like a lot of banter, there's a lot of funny build-up and payoff, there's like a lot of just gags.
Yeah.
There's a character that hates bowls, but constantly makes food. But like, there's a character that is in charge of the cooking, because the person that created her is sexist and wants her to be in the kitchen. and is in charge of the kitchen, is in charge of the cooking, but hates bulls. That's so funny.
I love how problematic Hogback is.
Yeah.
Kill him, Oda.
Like Oda made him problematic, but he immediately turned that into a gag.
Yes.
And made the gag on him. This guy is problematic, but those thoughts that he has makes his life so much more inconvenient.
Good.
For no reason, because he sucks and good. Like, that's what I love about One Piece. I love that after like 7 years, we introduced a character who is the main villain of a mini arc who looks exactly like Sanji's wanted poster.
That's the best.
That is the funniest thing that I think has ever happened.
It's so good. And the characters think it's funny because Brooke breaks down into a laughing fit.
That's the funniest thing! I think that's funny!
Yes.
You made this gag, like, it's got so many layers, man. You play off the fact that in the early parts of One Piece, Sanji is built off of the Reservoir Dogs idea.
Yeah.
Where he's like this cool, suave spy man. So he does a lot of his role off in the shadows. Like, you know, setting up Chopper to be a decoy as Mr. Prince, so that Crocodile will chase him into the streets, so that nobody is guarding the cage, so that they can get out. That idea. So how do we make that into a joke? Well, we have an entire arc where everybody is seen as like these big, crazy threats to the world government, and everyone gets a wanted poster. But no one saw Sanji because he was off in the background. So we have an artist's approximation of the man who can cuss to them.
Yes.
And then, way later on, that is paid off as they fight the man who actually looks like that.
Yes. It's immaculate. And the funny part is that when future events occur, we keep going back to that well because it's a part of the lore now.
Yeah.
To bounce off what you said, I like when funny things happen and then that funny thing, it becomes an actual part of the lore because it's like, it's a joke, but if you paid attention, the joke matters.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it great because you didn't expect it to matter. You had no expectations for it, but because you paid attention, your attention span is rewarded. Which is why...
And then Duval comes back in future arcs as a cool guy. It's like, yes. Yeah!
The Fence Smokes go looking for Sanji and find him instead, and I belly laugh. Because of course they would. Because he's the only guy that looks like that. That's so good. But the problem with this arc is that we went in that direction so hard with York because she's the one you at least expect. She's a big joke character. She actually poops on screen.
Yeah.
And
she is a funny gag character.
Yes.
And then the little babies are funny gag characters.
Yes.
And then Lilith being the epitome of evil, not being the one to do it, is a funny gag.
The fact that she's a maternal good girl is great.
Yeah. And then, you know, like, she's got funny gags, as in she gets violent sometimes, but who doesn't?
Right.
Like, that's what makes her human. Exactly. Same with Atlas. It's like they're good at heart, because Vegapunk is good at heart, despite the fact that he's evil. But
holy crap.
But we can use those traits as gags. Exactly. Cool. I like that.
Me too.
And then York is like the funniest gag.
And then like it's so good.
My man has to poop and eat for 5 people. How?
And despite like betraying the Vegapunk, she can't stop eating. So like that's an inherent part of her like nature. She's like, oh, like when she's explaining to the Seraphim the plan, she's got a whole handshake in her mouth. Like, listen, this is how it's gonna go. See, that's great.
And the fact that she can't stop eating is the reason she betrayed everyone. That's interesting. That's something that we should have seen from the start. The gag was important.
Yes. But we'll have to wait and see what she does, because she wasn't the main villain of this arc. And
no, it was Saturn, actually. The cool lore guy that has no gags.
They actually make them so unfunny. It's kind of crazy.
I think that's the point.
They don't feel like One Piece characters.
That's the point, though.
I know, I hate it.
Because when Eam is revealed to be exceptionally goofy, it is going to be the funniest thing. Because they are going to be the most played straight. The most straight man. The most serious characters. They have to be taken seriously. Every second that they are on the screen, you are not allowed to make a single joke about any of them. If you make a joke at their expense, they will boomerang their way back. They are Nika proof. They are supposed to be taken so seriously.
True.
But who is it that they have to follow? This dumb little man-child who looks goofy, is stupid, and sucks. I can't wait for Eam to be dumb. I can't wait for Eam to be stupid, because all of this is going to be hilarious when it happens.
I need Eam to fall on their face as they are revealed. And like, you didn't see that, Baka, idiot!
I need Eam to look like Timmy Turner.
Yes.
And I need Eam to be the dumbest looking individual possible.
I need them to fart on screen.
They either need to look extremely dumb or be exceptionally hot.
And then still fart on screen.
Or something.
Yes.
Like, we need to set up that Eam is going to be disgusting and horrible and then be attractive. Or something. Make Eam the I don't know, the anti-Hancock?
Yeah. She falls, she's revealed, she's walking down to oppose Monkey D. Luffy, falls down the whole flight of stairs, and then cleans herself up and says, it's okay, because I can regenerate, stupid. Oh, I hurt my...
Did you see, like, looks up with broken, disgusting teeth and a black eye and a nosebleed and go, did you think that mere gravity would do anything to someone of my stature?
Vomits her whole lunch on herself. Yes.
That would be great. I need nonsense like that. I need Eam to suck so badly.
Yes. Good.
Like, the Gorosei being the absolute most serious characters possible in a series like this has potential to be the funniest thing.
Because they have to take this goober seriously, otherwise
they have, yeah,
with a glance.
How awesome would that be?
That's good. We're bringing it back. You're giving me hope.
I have the gag in mind.
That's why all of you who make those sinister Eam thumbnails, you all suck. All of you! Ah!
No, you're all thinking about it correctly. Eam needs to be so sinister forever until that reveal.
Yes.
Nobody even needs to think of the possible idea that Eam could be goofy and dumb and stupid. I need to be the only person that thinks this by the time that we reveal Eam's face.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait.
Because the less people know, the funnier it's gonna be.
In respect of that, I will keep using the ominous thumbnails of Eam myself.
Start drawing Eam with enormous booba.
Oh. There's an idea.
Booba silhouette would be very funny.
Booba silhouette. You thought I was a man? Fool. I am Lily. I am... What's her name? Lily. Nefertiti D. Lily. I am Lily.
Yeah.
And my forehead is even bigger than Vivi's because I have all the thoughts.
That's why the crown goes up so high. It's actually their forehead.
Yes. Because Lily plays 5D chess.
I hope the crown is like a hairstyle or something.
Yeah, or a big tooth. It goes.
I need.
Go on.
The moment that I saw Eam, the first thing that I thought of was the teensies from Rayman 2, The Great Escape.
Yes.
My first thought was King Teensy. It's like, this is going to be great. And then everyone's like, oh, Eam's going to be real serious and look so cool. It's like, how?
No.
This character has to look stupid.
Has to be.
If Eam looks stupid, I'm buying a figure and putting it on my desk.
Me too. I will make a full 3D model if they look stupid and put that on the channel for all to see. However, I guess it's about that time, or we got more to say?
At the end of the day, it makes sense for Vegapunk to have a Buster Call here.
Yeah. Because
he needs to push the signal off of the boats.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it makes... If you twist your logic enough, it makes sense for Vegapunk to want York to be running around. Because he wants the Gorosei to have hope in finding the snail and having York send them on a wild goose chase, rather than you blow up the island with Mother Flame or just destroy their entire fleet, because that could also get rid of the signal. Right. York saying, hey, here's the plan, we should do this, and them going, you're a Vegapunk, you're smart, that makes sense. Okay, cool, fine. If you twist it enough, this could almost make sense.
Yeah.
I just hate a lot of the minutia of this.
Yeah.
And I just don't... This is just a really big disappointment. I wish I would have laughed more.
Me too. We all could laugh more. Like Nika.
It is amazing that the moment he shows up and becomes a focal point of the arc, all of a sudden I stop laughing.
Oh.
I did find when he knocked a Tom and Jerry cat hole into the wall.
That was good.
With Lucci. That was very funny. That was good.
I like that.
I liked that. Everything else, I guess baseball was kind of funny.
Which is
I didn't out loud belly laugh, but that was kind of funny.
Speaking of likes, thank you, Ghost, for the likes on TikTok. Thank you so much.
Like, there is potential there, but I think the Grin God has less comedic potential than the 10 characters that you've been building up for 25 years.
Because
having immaculate banter amongst each other.
Yeah, 10 characters, true.
I will take Nami and Usopp arguing, like, you know the banter between Nami and Usopp, where Nami gets a head full of ideas and she goes, we're gonna go and defeat you, good luck, Usopp.
That's good.
And Usopp goes, I didn't want to do this. Like, I will take that over a million Nikas, a million Tom and Jerry gags.
That is kind of true, because like and I heard this on a TikTok, and it's true, and I mentioned it earlier. The fact that Brook is a bit of a chameleon and can just automatically bounce off anyone he's with is immaculate writing.
Yeah.
And they still manage. I'm not going that route. We're going a different route.
It's just,
I like when they're on Zoe and Sanji entrusts in Brook to back him up.
Yeah.
Even that's good. That's so pure.
Because Brook's a loyal guy.
Ah.
And Brook knows what it's like to be the one guy who can do a mission.
Wait, true, because that's his whole life's purpose. Has Bonnie met Brooke yet?
Probably.
Wait, probably because I wondered.
I don't know.
Does she know?
I don't think she has.
The gag potential. Please give it. The fact of a small child being scared of a literal monster. Please give it to me.
Like, there's a lot of things that you can do that, but like, there's so much opportunity.
Yeah.
But instead, we have waxing philosophical about nothing.
About nothing.
And 3 characters that don't bounce off each other anymore. That hog all the screen time.
The fact that
Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji don't talk in this arc.
They don't have any conversation. No, they don't. I will say this to sort of save it a little bit. I do like that
Luffy and Bonnie had a good relationship.
They did.
They had some good gags. They made me feel something. But go on.
I do like that Vegapunk confides in the son of his former acquaintance.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that Sanji knows.
Do you know how many people in this crew are directly related to Vegapunk?
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's wild.
Yeah.
That we've had so little banter in this arc.
It's weird.
This arc should be so heavy in dialogue. And it is.
For the wrong
reason. But
reason.
None of it matters.
It should be Hunter x Hunter, and it is for all the wrong reasons.
It should be characters talking to each other about stuff.
Yeah.
I want Chopper to talk to, I don't know. Let's have Chopper and Edison have a relationship.
Let's have, you know what? No, that too, but like have Vegapunk just look at Brooke and be like, how is this happening?
Or how about Edison? Edison has the what was it called? Edison has like the southern accent.
Yeah, he's from Osaka or something, right?
Yeah, he's got the Osaka accent, right? How about we tie that to Edison knowing Saul, and then Edison can have a relationship with Robin.
Are you pulling a 4Kids on me right now?
Yes.
Oh my god! Oh, I caught you!
Yes!
No!
Or, I don't know. How about tie each satellite to a character and then have that character specifically have to deal with one of the other characters?
Yeah.
Have one character specifically have a relationship with Chopper, and then they can talk about the Rumble Ball. And this satellite specifically delves into medicine and biology. They pick a specific science that they specialize in, and they specialize in you know, they could specialize in the cloning, so they could have talks with Sanji, who refuses to talk to them because they talk to Judge and Sanji doesn't like them.
Hey, you know what's funny about that, Zakk? That's what the Vegapunks are supposed to do. Too bad York doesn't do that.
Yeah.
York just... How
about have this idea of, like, we set up a Vegapunk that was the part of Vegapunk that taught Judge.
Ooh.
And is the entire reason why Sanji is the entire reason why Sanji is what he is.
Yeah, freak, yes.
And is effectively the personification of every single trauma that Sanji has ever had to go through.
Yes.
This character taught Judge science. This character made Judge hate his own child. Because Vegapunk taught Judge that failure is not to be accepted.
Yes.
This character basically made it so that Judge would hate Sanji. There is no alternative. This character is the epitome of evil.
Oh.
This character is Lilith. Oh, I love you, Lilith! How could I ever hold a grudge against you?
And it's the best
And
part.
you play it off as a gag because Sanji forgives them instantly.
Yes.
Boom!
That's always a good part, challenging Sanji's chivalry. It's always interesting.
And have it played off as a gag, where you set all of this up, and then you reveal that it's Lilith, and Sanji forgives them immediately.
And it's made the
And it would be funny.
And Lilith looks like Sanji, too. Same hairstyle.
Yeah! Do you know how funny that would be?
Wait, does she have another eye? Wait.
Maybe.
Oh, I forgot. Huh. I didn't think about that. That's interesting. Wow.
I haven't watched the anime. I don't know if the hair blows in the wind.
I have to look that up now. Does she have another eye? I never thought about that. Oh wow.
Yeah. But like, just like stuff like that. The absolute well of character that exists from Vegapunk having 5 of him.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have met all of his friends, all of his apprentices, and those apprentices have had a direct impact on the story, on the characters.
Yeah. And continue to.
Have the scene where Chopper is talking to one of them, and he mentions that Vegapunk's assistant helped him with the Rumble Ball.
Yeah.
And be like, oh yeah, he made these changes to my Rumble Ball technology to make it even stronger. And that could also be Lilith, because Lilith focuses on weaponry. Nah, let's make it like Pythagoras. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, either way, like, this arc focuses on Zoan again anyway, because he talks about the Momonosuke fruit. So it's like...
the fact that Vegapunk doesn't know anything about the Rumble Ball is wild.
Yeah.
Because, like, Vegapunk's assistant improved the Rumble Ball technology to make it way stronger, dude.
Yeah.
If Chopper has one chat with Edison, which you do Chopper and Edison because they're both cute little mascots.
Yeah.
Edison could be like... could look at Caesar's notes and be like, oh, this science is crap. Whoever did this did really terrible work. Here, tweak this, tweak that, and the technology is way better.
I hope we still get that with Lilith. Come on. I hope we do.
Dude, Lilith could do that. Lilith being the having the specialization in weaponry automatically ties them to Frankie.
Yeah.
And Usopp.
Yeah.
To an extent, Chopper.
Yeah.
To an extent, Sanji.
Yeah, and then also Nami.
Because she looks like Nami.
Yes, she do. And then, the whole cloud, which we didn't talk about. There's a new explanation that's how the iron clouds are made on EGGHEAD.
Yeah.
But that's not really important.
There's a machine that doesn't.
I don't care. I don't care.
Why is Vegapunk's main priority the clouds?
Well, that's to save the people from drowning in the Great Flood. But
who cares about the Great Flood?
That is important, though. That's happening. Come on, no. We gotta care about why the world is going to end.
You told the entire world about the flood so that somebody would find the One Piece and stop it.
Well, I mean, do we know the One Piece is going to stop the flood, though?
No!
Oh, well.
But he said whoever finds the One Piece will change the world, whatever that means.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, they find out the history, and they find out from Joy Boy how to stop this, and they'll find out why Joy Boy couldn't. But whoever finds the One Piece is going to be able to stop this, because what else is the One Piece going to do?
True. It's got to do something.
We set up all this political intrigue. You're telling me the goal of the series has nothing to do with it?
That would be crazy. Can you imagine?
Vegapunk's thing basically ensures that the One Piece is going to have to be tied into the political intrigue.
Yeah, no, he does. It
has to.
It has to. This confirms it, though. That's true. 1124 save us. Also,
I'm very fascinated. I'm very fascinated on what's going to happen from here.
Yeah, me too.
Like, these next few cleanup chapters, like the post-arc,
yeah,
we have about 10 chapters.
It's gonna be a while. Because we get Elbaf to like 1130 or 1129, I'm telling you.
We have a lot of cleanup to do.
Yeah.
I'm interested. It's either going to be agonizing for the next 10 chapters, or it's going to be a wild ride.
Also, since we didn't talk about it, do something with this Yamato cover story. What is this going to do?
I don't even care if we do anything with the Yamato cover story. If we just have a tour through Wano, why not?
No, because it has to. Because Jinbei rules, it has to do something.
What does Jinbei have to do with Yamato?
Because he had this big, long... Well, no, actually, that would be the opposite, because his didn't do anything. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did that poneglyph say? Oh my god.
The cover stories don't have to do... They don't have to particularly accomplish anything. Like, I don't want to have to pay attention to all of the different cover stories to get important lore and details in the world. If you bring it back, I want it to be like, oh, and be like a reward for people who paid attention, not a requirement.
That's fair.
Like Buggy's like amazing adventure. You could just like have Buggy come back suddenly, be like, oh, Buggy's back, cool. And then like for the people in the know, be like, oh, that's cool. I got to see how this moment happened. If you just want to put Yamato on the screen so that you sell more towels, why not? If that's the purpose of this.
I mean, that's fair. But we'll see. But yeah, the next 10, well, I guess 7 chapters, because this is 1123. The next 7 chapters are going to be very interesting. We need to see where the other Seraphim are going to do on Empty Bluff Island, because they were sent there to fight Crocodile or something.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that goes. And then we need to see where Stussy is. We need to see what happens with York. We need to see if Lilith has recovered from being punched.
Honestly?
Yeah.
Honestly? It might be better if we don't get anything on Stussy.
Really?
Stussy is an international super spy.
Not anymore.
Every moment that Stussy is not on screen, we should be asking, where's Stussy? I think that if she showed up randomly in the future, it would be way better than to be like, I'm going to go and do this specific thing.
Well, we'll see.
All in all, my guess is they're going to go work with Morgans.
That's possible, yeah.
Because they already established to have rapport. They were practically introduced together, right?
Yeah, they were at the tea party. True.
Yeah. So they already have camaraderie. They already have history. It would be very interesting to have Stussy there.
It's also very interesting
to explain some things that Morgans could tweak and get wrong on purpose for the sake of the story.
True. It's also
It'd be great
that she kills the previous benefactor of Mads.
Yeah.
That's funny. And she does that in Whole Cake. Because Lufeld was the previous benefactor of Mads. The original Stussy was in Mads. So that's kind of funny in hindsight. But yeah, no, I agree. We'll have to see what happens. And I'm pretty excited for the future, despite being quite negative this episode.
This chapter does not inspire a whole lot of positivity.
No, it does not.
This chapter does not inspire hope for the future.
It doesn't. And I apologize to all of those who just wanted this to be nothing but hype. This is not that type of podcast.
If you wanted nothing but hype, I think Egghead gave you exactly what you wanted.
Yeah. And now
if you're into hype and power scaling, Egghead was exciting. But then again, no, it wasn't, because they skipped the fighting.
They skipped the fighting. They gave you nothing but questions with none of the answers. But if you do want some answers on the history of pinball machines, I think you should stop by TikTok.com on your magic rectangle and go to Pinball PA. Or if you want to find out some Final Fantasy 14 lore, which is also really good, you should go to Reddit Sephiroth on the YouTube.
It's not exactly lore, it's just me complaining about people complaining, which is way infinitely more funny than lore. So, but while you're on the YouTube, discovering the world history is a very difficult thing. So discover it together by subscribing to Polypede Works. Because despite the fact that I was right about this week, my man Polly here is right about a lot.
Thank you.
And he's got a lot of crazy stuff. How many episodes of your show is coming out in the next month alone?
Like 30?
Something every day, basically?
Yeah, there's a Quick Works video every day, and I drop other videos sporadically. There'll be a synopsis on this chapter. I'm confused in the synopsis. As I
can talk about One Piece once a week. This man has stuff every day. If you aren't subscribed, what are you doing? You will never run out of One Piece with Polypede Works.
Never. The bar is open, boys.
Don't be dodgy.
We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye-bye.